Hey folks, this is a follow-up to that last video I just made about chess, not checkers. Biden is in the catbird seat. Okay, there needs to be some splaining done, apparently. A lot of people are dropping in my comments and putting in dates that are not correct. So I need to clarify two dates specifically. The date that Donald J. Trump wrote the original executive order was on September 12th, 2018. Okay? That's an important date. And then the second important date is September 9th, 2024, when President Joe Biden made sure, upon the anniversary of September 12th, that it was still in place, reactivated, still in place. He had 90 days to do that prior to September 12th, 2024. Clear? All right. So, let's go through this. Got some splaining to do. Splaining. Why could this be a successful event for us? I'm talking about the blue team. Well, really for the country. It's not just the blue team. This would be a success for the country. It's because this, and this is how this would work. If you read the executive order, you see that it's pretty detailed, and it covers everything. In fact, I was actually surprised how detailed it covers everything, every possibility. I mean, it's actually amazing. And look, guess who gets credit for that? Not Biden, but Trump's team. They're the one that wrote the original executive order. All Biden did was just sign it off and make sure that it was still active for the upcoming election, which is passed now. Okay? Now, if you read it, it does say towards the end where all of these different agencies, I'm not going to name them all. I'll name a couple of them. The two most important ones that are named are the Homeland Security, Department of Defense, and the DNI. That group, the one that this Tulsi lady is trying to get, that position. So if you read it, it states that they have, not just them, but a whole collection of agencies, entities, and the government and the administration, they are required by law to come up with a report within 45 days of the election. I know I didn't say this in the last video, but I'm trying to explain a little bit, trying to clarify, because folks want to know, so when would anything start happening? So at the earliest, and I have to say that, at the earliest, well, no, at the latest, I guess at the latest would be, I think it comes out to be the December 20th, I think, somewhere the 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. At the latest, that report has to be announced to Congress. They have to give it to Congress. Okay, so far so good. And if I'm wrong, so I'm sure folks will correct me. I'm just a man. I can make mistakes, but that's how I interpreted what I read. So that report is sitting on somebody's desk or several people's desks. And I'm sure at that time, I'm sure the Supreme Court would be aware of it. And I'm sure the President of the United States would be aware of it. And all of Congress. Okay? That is before let me think about this. That is before January 6th of 2025. That means there is more than enough time for things to happen. Of course, I don't know. I can only speculate. And everything that I'm saying here is based off of that executive order. So what happens then? I don't know. What should happen if that report reflects that the election of 2024 was absolutely undeniably tampered with by outside sources, then that election should be null and void. If I'm saying something out of turn, please let me know. But that's how I interpret that. So what happens? I don't know. Do they have another election? I don't know. It may prove, this is why I kept mentioning the muskrat. It may prove that with the muskrat and the guy down in Florida that I mentioned, and the other guy that I mentioned, the ones that they had the raids on their property, that they may have had something to do with that, in cahoots with the entities from other countries. That in turn would mean that, that guy, in fact, cheated. So it could fall under a whole host of things based on the executive order, which is a national emergency. In my opinion, it could be treasonous, which in turn means that he could be arrested. This is my opinion. And if you notice, if you did your homework assignment, that who is also in that process of writing up that report? The Department of Defense. That's the military. I made a video about that. And remember I said there's a little small place in there where the military can actually arrest a United States citizen. Remember I said that? Typically, no, but they left a little space. So everything that I'm saying here, I'm just surmising. This is what I do. I'm that guy. I'm in here a lot. I live by myself. I have a cat. So you can take it or leave it, but I figured I better come on here and follow up because I was leaving some things out. And so that's another reason why you're not hearing anything from, well, you are hearing things, but they're being Barack Obama, Governor Newsom, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris. Those ones in particular, because those, and I must not forget my man, Hakeem Jeffries. Yes, for folks that are asking me, I did see it. I saw the press conference. And he laid out, you want to talk about breadcrumbs. So someone said, he's letting us know that they know that we know that they know that we know that they know that we know that they know. I'm going to leave it right there. I'll see you guys in another video. Take care of yourselves.